Okay, this is a reaction video. This is another one from Wolters World. I just did one about what don't be an ugly tourist in Germany, and this is what not to do at a beer garden. This is another German video. I've been doing a lot of German videos recently. Germany made a great impression on me. I appreciate the comments that were in the last video. Hope I get more comments in this video. But let me see what's going on here. What not to do at a beer garden. I've never been to a beer garden. My mom's been to a beer garden, but I've never been to a beer garden. I don't think you take your kids to a beer garden. Maybe you do. I don't know.
On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 big beers.
And those are big beers, but they're not the biggest ones I've ever seen. I see those big, huge, like I saw them in Germany, like the big, huge glasses. That I mean, I know I've seen the women who serve these come out, and they have like they're built like big arms because they have to carry all that stuff. That's amazing.
Hello, fellow travelers. Mark with Wolters World, and today
And yeah, please click like, share, and subscribe for Walter's World. He does a great job on his videos. And please click like, share, and subscribe for me. But let's see what he has. Well, obviously, we're doing a beer garden. He's drinking a lot of beer.
we're at the beer garden here in Freiburg, and today what I'll give you is a fun don'ts video on some of the don'ts of going to beer gardens in Germany. And I'll be honest with you, don't pass up a beer garden because it's a fun experience, but there are some.
Strange enough, I was for the 8 or 9 days I was there in Germany. I did not go to a beer garden. I don't know why I didn't do that. I mean, I did have beer. Don't get me wrong. We did have our fair share of beer, but we didn't go to a beer garden.
Do's and don'ts you should know when you're here. And I think one of the important things about going to a beer garden is you need to realize is don't expect them to come serve you. Now, they might pick up your used glasses or something, but don't expect them to come by. You're going to have to go up there and get in line and order your beer there and carry it back. So if you're going to order a lot of stuff for a lot of people, you're going to need helpful hands because people aren't going to be helping you. So that's the first thing you need to know.
That's interesting because I've seen maybe it's during Oktoberfest where you see these ladies carry around these big, huge bottles of beer, and maybe it depends on the beer garden that because like I said, I've never been to a beer garden, but when it was funny, we were at a hotel, Meridian in Frankfurt. We're sitting there just at it. My father, my brother, and I are sitting there just on a picnic table and just having a conversation. And a guy walks up to us and asks us if we wanted anything to drink, and that's where we got our drinks. But he's telling us that at a beer garden you have to go get it yourself. So that's something new. But right, nice to know.
No. Now, another don't I have for you is don't think you just drink these huge 1 liter beers, these mosses of beer. Don't think that's what you do at a beer garden usually. Usually you might have a smaller beer there, or you can drink. My mom's having some wine that's here, so you can actually have non-beer at beer gardens. Kids are welcome. They have soda. They have all kinds of snacks. They have
Okay, that answers my question. You do take kids to a beer garden because they have other things to drink. Now, I didn't always have beer. I sometimes I would have a Sprite. But yeah,
a lot of stuff. So don't think it's just a big old beer garden. No, you go there to enjoy. And I think it's also important to note that don't think the beer garden's a place you just go and get drunk at. Beer gardens are for friends and families to get together and just spend some time together outside, take it in the beautiful nature. Cities like Freiburg were just gorgeous. I had this beautiful view of the city behind me. I'm here with my mom. We're just having some drinks, relaxing, enjoying ourselves. It's not like nightclub and knock them down till you're done. No, that is not how it rolls here. But I will say, if you are going to be drinking here, don't forget to eat something. Now, you can bring your food to the beer gardens. A lot of them are more than happy for you to make your own picnic while you're here. You're just buying their beer. That's fine. But some of them will actually have food. Like here, they've got bratwurst, they've got Kartoffelsalat or potato salad. There's pretzels. I mean, pretzels are one of the biggest things you're going to see in beer gardens everywhere. So that's a good thing to kind of soak up a little of that beer while you're here. And another thing I think is important is don't think there's just one kind of beer when you go to a beer garden. Now, you could.
no, they have. I'm sure they have other kinds of beer, but the pretzels in Germany were absolutely outstanding. Look, my as long as I knew my father, this is back about 2006 when we were there, is if you bought something yourself and then offered it to him, just like, would you like one? He generally turned you down. I mean, in fact, it was almost uniform. He would just turn you down, not interested, thank you, thanks for the offer. When it came to the pretzels, hey, Dad, you want a pretzel? Swiped it. Yep, I'll take one, thank you. That was so unusual for my father, but because he loved the pretzels when he was there. And yeah, we drank Beck's when we were there. That's what we solely drank. We didn't drink any other kind of beer. I know there were other kind of beers that were available, but Beck's seemed to be our favorite or our go-to.
Could go to a beer garden that's sponsored by a brewery, so it'll be their beer, but usually they'll have multiple beers. So you might have a Weizen beer or a wheat beer, you might have a Pilsner, or you might have a Schwarzbier, a black beer. There's lots of different kind of beers you can have in lots of different sizes. So that's why sometimes going to a beer garden gives you a nice opportunity to kind of experiment with some of the other beers that are here in Germany or other places where you partake in your beer garden fun. Now, as anyone knows, if you drink a lot of beer, you're going to have to, go potty occasionally. And my next don't for you is don't forget to bring some coins with you, because if you go to the bathroom, some of them, there's these Toilettenfrauen, the toilet women that clean the bathrooms, and so you leave them a tip. Some places actually make you pay to go to the bathrooms.
Yeah, in Mannheim, when we had to go to use the John at Mannheim. You had to pay €1, so the coins came in handy.
So good to have some of these small coins there so you can go, because I don't know how long I can keep 1 liter of beer inside of me, let alone 2 or 3. So have those coins to help you out. Now, one of my favorite parts of coming to beer gardens is the fact that you get to meet all kinds of people when you're here. And I want to tell you this. Don't be afraid to meet strangers when you're at a beer garden, because all these benches that are here, you'll see there's people sitting over there, and it's pretty empty right now, but it's going to fill up, and so the other places on our bench are going to get filled, and we might meet other travelers, we might meet locals when we're here, but you got to be open to letting people sit at your table, because it's not just yours, it's anybody that wants to sit there, but also gives you a chance to meet people and learn from other people, and it's kind of a fun thing, because we've made friends with locals all over the world just going to beer gardens and sitting there and sharing beers and stories, and so it's kind of fun, and
that is the thing about. I mean, that is somewhat different from the United States. Now, I know other people have different experiences in the United States, and there are people who talk to other people. I mean, we talked to other Americans when we were in Germany, but the people there were very, very friendly. I really, really enjoyed my time there. And now, when we were at the outside the little Meridian, it was just the three of us. But when we were in Kaiserslautern, and we were sitting there watching, we were on Friday. It was before the U.S. game. The U.S. played on Saturday. We were watching the Argentina game, and we were sitting at a table, and people came and just sat there, and occasionally we'd have conversations with them. So they were very friendly.
That's why I want to tell you is don't forget to bring a little something to play when you're here. I've seen people bring board games. We always bring a pack of cards so we can play. I mean, Uno is a great one, because it doesn't matter if you're old, young, you speak a language or not, everybody understands how to play Uno. And so
I said we were at the Fan Fest, and I got maybe they had mini beer gardens. So maybe I have been to a beer garden after all, but because a lot of people were drinking beer there, but most people were watching the football than playing games.
it gives you a chance to actually meet locals, so don't be afraid of the people at the beer garden, to talk to them and get to know them. Now, another don't I need to tell you about is the fond. Now, I have a small drink here. This is no big deal. There's no fond. There's no deposit on this glass. But on this glass, I had to pay an extra $5 fond, which is a deposit. And when I'm finished, I take it back with my coin, and then I'll give them my €5 back. Okay, so if you have a big group of people and you're ordering for...
I'm guessing, I wonder about this. Like, so let's say I don't want to give that back. Let's say I want to take that glass with me as a souvenir. Did I just pay €5 for that glass?
You're all getting these big beers. I mean, I've been at places where we've had 8 people and it's €5 a person. It was €40 in fond. And you're like, oh, I didn't bring all that cash with me. Yeah, so make sure you realize that fond, you're going to take it back and get your money back, okay? Also, another thing I would say is, don't think you always have to have cash, but it does help if you have cash when you go to the beer gardens, because it's faster to pay, faster to walk out. They're used to that, so that's not a problem. Now, you can sit pretty much anywhere when you go to a beer garden, but I will say this. Don't sit at a Stammtisch if it's already taken. If you're not sure what a Stammtisch is, those are basically seats or tables that are reserved for a certain group of people. They may have paid to have that table. They may have gone to that table for 50 years, and so they get...
Again, that's good to know. I don't know what a Stammtisch means. I've never used the term because I'm not German. But it's nice to know that there's a reserved table. Don't sit there.
That table anytime they want. If you're at a Stammtisch and those people show up, you've got to get up. You can't be like, well, I've already got my beer. No, that's their Stammtisch. That's theirs. That is a German thing. Like, you cannot mess with somebody's Stammtisch, so don't, okay? So you'll see sometimes they'll have like a little shield, a little sign at the end of the table noting that. In beer gardens, it doesn't happen all the time. A lot of the beer halls, you have that. But just something just in case you might want to be aware of. Now, another thing you need to remember is when you're cheersing here in Germany, you always make sure you make eye contact when you cheers. Because if you don't, it's 7 years of bad luck, let's say. All right? So...
Well, it's nice to know, but generally when I do a cheers, I look at people and click the glasses. So yeah, but that's good to know. And also the other thing, I'll remember the Stammtisch. Like I said, I will have to. Like I said, maybe I have been to a beer garden. Okay, I don't know if they had them at the Fan Fest and the World Cup. I do remember sitting at places like this in the Fan Fest. I went to the Fan Fest in Berlin, Kaiserslautern. Uh, in Frankfurt, they actually built a TV on the Main River so that you could literally sit there and watch the games on each side of the river, which was pretty nice in Frankfurt.
Cheers or Prost when you're here.
Let me know if you think I've been to one, because like I said, I've been to a not so much the one in Frankfurt where it was outside. It was just a there was like one or two picnic tables. We sat there and somebody came to took our order. But we were at the Fan Fest and also at the Fan Fest in Cologne as well. There were places you sit down there and you went and got your beer. So I guess maybe I have been to a beer garden.
So we have that. Another thing I think is wonderful about beer gardens is don't think they're just for adults. Beer gardens really are for everyone. You can come here with Oma and Opa, Grandma and Grandpa. You can come here with your kids. This is a fun thing. Like you'll see kids playing around in the background, maybe playing ball or they're playing cards. Our boys have been here, sitting right over there, playing tops. I mean, it's one of the nice things about Germany is that the drinking isn't a stigma. Like
That looks like the cathedral in Cologne. There, I could be wrong. No, I don't know. It's not the Cologne Cathedral. I said the Cologne Cathedral was amazing.
you can go out with your family and have a beer. I'll see
I said if he's in Freiburg, then that's where that's at.
couples coming here with their little kids just for a drink or two and go on their way. It's for everybody. Don't think it's just for people that want to knock down beers and get crazy. No, that does not happen here. Like knock down beers, yes, but you don't get crazy. This is much more of a calm thing, and I think that's why it's important to mention. Don't think the beer gardens go late night because the beer gardens a lot of times are in residential areas, and since they're in residential areas, there's residents there that want to go to sleep at night, and the beer gardens really tailor to their local.
I really do miss Germany. I mean, I was there. It was like it's been what uh, 16 years since I've been there, but it was such a wonderful place, wonderful people. I really enjoyed myself there.
And so they know that we don't want to upset our locals late in the night because they got to go to work tomorrow or they've got other things to do. So don't expect the beer gardens to be open much past maybe 9 or 10 o'clock at night because they will close down. And also, don't expect the beer gardens to be open in the winter, okay, because I've had people that have asked us that. Are the beer gardens open all year round? No.
I would not think so. I would if somebody would have even asked that before saying it. I wouldn't have guessed the beer gardens would have been open all year long. I don't think people want to sit out in the cold weather. I mean, the one thing you tend to forget about Germany and things that I didn't think about when I was there, and this is a little bit off the subject, was how much farther north it is. Like the United States is here, and Germany's up like here across the pond. And you tend to look at the flap and like when we got on the plane and we're flying over to Germany, I was thinking it's just going straight over there. No, you have to go up, even though they go up north over Nova Scotia or the North Atlantic and come down there. And I like in the summer, uh, the sun didn't really go down till late, like 9:45, 10 o'clock, but it came up earlier. And as I understand from my research in Germany, in the wintertime, the sun comes up later and goes down early. It's like 9 to 3 where you have sunlight versus 10 to 4 a.m. and where you have nighttime. Nighttime shorter and in the summer, nighttime's longer in the winter. That's something I wasn't prepared for when I was there, but I still enjoyed it.
But there
Of
are
course, I wasn't there in winter. I was only there in summer, so I got to understand the 9:45 or like 9:30, 9:45 when the sun goes down, and 4 o'clock in the morning or 4:30 when it came up.
other times you can actually drink outside, and that's the Christmas markets, but that's a little bit different. Okay, so what are some of the don'ts you have for beer gardens, or some of the do's of some of the beer gardens you've been to? And let us know what are some of your favorite beer gardens in the world so we can go to, because we've had so many great experiences in beer gardens over the world with and without alcohol. It does happen. So I wish you all the best and have a great time. And Prost from here in Freiburg, Germany.
And thank you very much for that, Wolters World. Like I said, they do a tremendous job. Please click like, share, and subscribe for them. And please click like, share, and subscribe for me as well. This was interesting. like I said, maybe I have been to a beer garden. Like I said, I've only been to Germany one time, and I'm very ignorant of German culture. I'm learning as I go, but this was good. Please click like, share, and subscribe for him. And like I said, please click like, share, and subscribe for me. And have a good rest of your day. And thank you very much for watching.